Yo, what is up? So, a very interesting video indeed coming up. I've managed to figure out how to enable multi-frame gen on the 4090. So, that is unbelievable really. And it's not even that hard to do, it's not difficult. And again, this mod is so great. So it's even doing bits for Nvidia users. So I'll talk you through it. So first of all, you will need to download the latest version of OptiScaler, and you will need the dual SSG to FSR free frame gen mod, because you need to paste these files, that file and that file in, to convert it to basically FSR frame generation. But then you enable it in here, and then you can do 2x, 3x or 4x. So that is pretty much how you do it. I mean, if you don't want it going over your monitor refresh rate, you will need to use VSync on the game you want to use it on. OBS stopped recording then, but as I was saying, you will need VSync if you don't want the FPS going over your refresh rate. This is important too. So you will need to make sure that is on. Hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. So just make sure that's on, and then I think that should be pretty much it. And then you will need Nvidia Profile Inspector. So what we're going to do in it, we're going to do Expedition. So that was what I tried, and for me that was too much. So I'm just going to do 3x for now. So I don't want the video to be too long. But so this is 3x. That is pretty much all you need. So that's applied. And then, so now I'll show you how to install it. So again, with OptiScaler, similar process to what we do on AMD, but is where you install it. So you would install it, but when you paste the files in, you paste all these files in, and replace files, whatever, and then so double click set up Windows, do 1 enter, then 2 for Nvidia, and that's it. It will just say enjoy the game. That's installed, and then you need to paste these files in, and then you start the game. You press insert, you apply the Nukem frame gen mod, which is this, and then you have to restart again, then it activates, and then whatever you do in this profile inspector, you will need to change it to 2x, 3x or whatever. So we'll just start it up. I probably will have to turn my sound down, so I won't speak until I do that. Actually, so this is what you need to apply when you first start up. So make sure that's on, save, close, restart, and then so you don't need to change that at all. You want that on DLSS still, because you want to use DLSS4, so that's all on. Keep that on auto. That don't really matter, as long as it's enabled, that will work. Alright. So it took a while loading. So I'm using OBS, so I was literally getting about 230 something with a 3x. So there you go, that is working. You can see by the line has literally changed. So that is multi-frame gen, and it was working pretty well. So it looks like with this, when I'm using OBS, it does knock about 20 FPS off, or a bit weird, but yeah, as I said, I tried 4x and it just literally went to 300 FPS. So that is, I'm not going to bother that, but I just want to try it out just to see what it's like. But it's just quite funny how clear. I always knew the 4000 series could run it, and this just proves it. So it's the only game I've tested it in, and yeah, I mean, it feels smooth. So I did put reflex on, pretty sure I did. I mean, most of the time it will make, yeah, so some games just force it on. So there you go, that is multi frame generation and good old OptiScaler. So that is how you do it. I will put the files in the description. So I'm going to watch the football later, so there's a lot of things to do, but I might try out another game. So yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.